first thing I like to say is I take responsibility for asking so much of Dave Smith to be out there on this particular day. I mean, this loss is on me, you know, and I completely own it. We weren't ready to play. We were a step behind. Fullerton took it to us. You know, Smitty's, we've asked a lot of Smitty, boy, and up until this point, he certainly has given us everything he had, and he did today. He just didn't throw the ball very well. And I think things got really contagious, as it can happen on our end and on their end. But this loss, you know, I take full, not that I don't take accountability for other losses, but I certainly take accountability for this one. So, hey, we got to have a quick memory. I mean, yesterday, everybody's, you know, like I said, just turn the phones off. Yesterday, people saying, hey, what about next week, this and that. Now today, they're probably going to do the same thing over there. So, you know, the emotions of what happened each day, you've got to stay grounded, and I think that's our mission, is to compartmentalize, get rid of today, and get back into debriefing and get ready to compete tomorrow and give ourselves the best chance to win. And if that's Sheets on the mound or Ratcliffe on the mound, I don't know exactly what that is, but I know we'll play a more competitive game and execute better than we did today.
All right, at this time we'll open it up for questions. If you could please speak up while saying your question, it would be appreciated. Robert.
Coach, Dave Smith, I know he usually pitches once a week, but he had pitched on Monday, so was it a short rest that had something to do with today? Did he hit the first two batters?
I think a lot of it could be a culmination of a lot of things. I mean, and that probably is one thing you certainly have to look at. I don't know, you know, the exact formula of why the struggles, but he certainly, you know, he's out of gas at this particular point, and that's on me for asking him of that. Would one extra day have helped? I don't know. I'm not even going to prognosticate that or get into a crystal ball. The bottom line is that guy took the ball. We asked him to take the ball. He wanted the ball. It didn't go very well. We're on to the next day.
JJ.
You know, obviously with the at-bats you talked about yesterday, how you liked the way they went, but you stranded 11 runners. Again, you stranded 10 today. Did you still like what you saw from the at-bats?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of that has to do with Gavin. You know, I mean, he's effectively wild. He's got enough strength in his body, and, you know, sometimes it looks like he's on top of you a little bit because he is a large person. You know, but he's a little under the ball. You're not going to get the same, you're just not going to get the same stuff all the time out of him. So as a hitter, you know, you may be looking for a pitch, but the area ends up changing. And then when he wants to take stress off the fastball or the lack of the fastball control / command, then he can pull the changeup back. And that was it. I mean, it was really 2 pitches. You know, I think left-handers have better at-bats against him because he has nothing breaking away from him, but the right-handers have trouble back and forth, up and down, and I think that's kind of what, you know, happened to us today.
I know you moved the lineup a lot this year. Are you planning on doing that tomorrow?
I don't know. I haven't got into the actual mechanics of what we're looking at. I mean, you know, tomorrow, you know, they've got a good arm going. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, he does some things that a little bit like Gavin, but a little more polished, and, you know, he's got a little better breaking ball. So, hey, whatever we decide to do will give us the best chance to win, regardless of what that is.
Mark.
Brock, are games like this easier to put behind you than 3-2 or that thing?
I mean, yeah, you could say so. I mean, obviously, today, as you can tell from the score, it is what it is. But right now we're just flushing it and moving on to tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new game, and we're just going to go out there and compete the best we can.
Chana.
Troy, does having played 3 elimination games already make any difference going into tomorrow?
I don't think so. Oh, you mean like in our favor? Yeah, hey, we're battle tested. Around here, people think we lost the series. Today it feels like you lost the series. We lost the game, right? We've lost games before, and we're in a position to win a series tomorrow just like they are. So I think these guys, they get on the bus, they go back to the hotel, They debrief with themselves, individually, collectively. They get back up in the morning, and they commit to getting on that bus ready to play a good quality baseball game tomorrow. If that ends up in the W column, hey, that's awesome. But we will play a good baseball game tomorrow. We may not be on the winning end, but we have a lot to draw from like what you just said, but also throughout the course of the season too. We played a lot of games.
Luke. Hey Laine, so last week lost the game to Texas. Kind of bouncing off that question, but as a team, do you guys have that same kind of feeling that now your backs are against the wall, or what does the team feel like at this point?
Yeah, no doubt. We're battle tested, just like Buck said. I mean, we had to win 3 games to even be here right now, so we've been through a lot as a team, and today's loss is a loss by 12 or by 1. We're in the same situation, so we're ready to go and we're moving on to tomorrow.
Robert?
Laine, you guys committed an uncharacteristic 4 errors today. You guys feel under pressure of the situation, knowing that the victory would send you on?
No, I don't think it was that. I just think some stuff didn't go our way today, and that was just that's what happened. So.
Jill?
Laine, why was Gavin so effective?
He was widely effective with his fastball, and he could throw his changeup for strikes, so he had a good 2-pitch mix.
Okay.
Buck, what effect does it have that you guys weren't able to kind of get into their bullpen? I mean, you guys, especially I think 4th or 5th inning, you had bases loaded. If you can get him out, what kind of changes maybe what you expect out of them tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't think that's a big deal, honestly. I mean, certainly you'd like to see more arms in case you won't see him again, but I think the way the score was going, I mean, you saw who we threw. I mean, people want to say, why did Smith stay in so long? I mean, the bottom line is we had 1 bullet in the gun, and the gun was going to get used, and that bullet was going to get shot. And if we're going to lose by 4 or going to lose by 8, there's no sense of losing the battle. I mean, lose the war by trying to gain an advantage in the battle, right? So Smith had to eat some innings up for us. Riley had to eat some innings up for us. We won't see those guys tomorrow. I would think that they would do the exact same thing. So if it's an 8-0 game and we got Gavin out, or 8-2 or 9-2, I wouldn't expect Conine coming in the game, right? I'd expect somebody that's on their depth chart that's a little farther down to eat some innings, because the game, everybody's got to roll, in that way. So I don't think that has much of a bearing on getting them out, psychologically. But we're not going to see Gavin again.
Speaking of psychologically, obviously, huge game tomorrow, right? All on the line. Do you want them to attack it like that, or do you want them to attack it like it was any other game?
I think the reality is it's win or go home. I mean, that is the reality. We're not going to try to run away from that. But if they try to, or anybody tries to make it bigger than what it is from a routine and from a preparation standpoint, and I got to do more, or I don't want to be here, and those type of atmosphere, then you're going to see not a quality ability to execute, perform, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I mean, it's a huge game tomorrow. It's awesome. There's nothing better. But at the same time, it's a baseball game that we played a lot of them, and we need to prepare for that game. Just like anything else, there just happens to be a lot more going on around here than there normally is.